She's a country girl out of this world, and that's a fact.
Hey everybody, Patty Chanel here from StampPatties.com. Today I thought I would share a technique with you that I kind of saw a photo on the internet, and I wish I could remember the gal's name, but it was along this idea, but totally different project. I'm showcasing some brand new product that will be coming out available to you June 1st when the new catalog comes out. But I wanted to take a couple minutes to tell you how I went about doing this. In case you're wondering, the stamp set that I'm featuring is called Colorful Season, and it has a set of matching framelits. I purchased this set simply because I absolutely love this Adirondack chair. But this card, never stops wowing you. Open the inside cover and you will see that we have an autumn scenery tree. And then if you lift up this cover here, you're going to see that I have a greeting there. So this is a funky fold card, and I thought I would show you how I went about doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down, and hopefully you're going to be able to see what I'm doing here. So I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is 8.5 by 11 inches. I've got my Stampin' Trimmer. I'm going to be using my score tool first. Remember that the lighter is the score, the darker is to cut. So the first thing I'm going to do along the 8.5 inch side is I'm going to score it in the center, which will be at 4.25 inches. So I'm going to score that. And then I'm going to turn the paper and I'm going to score it on the 11 inch side. I'm going to score it at 5.5, which is the center of that dimension. I'm then done with my scoring tool, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the camera or not, but you can see that scoring line. So if you remember correctly, my card, I need to cut out this piece right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back at the 4.25. However, I am going to go over 1/8 of an inch, and I'm going to cut it because I need to leave a little bit of room, and it's going to go down to my 5.5. I am then going to turn this to my 5.5 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and trim to that line that I just cut. Now I will have a piece of cardstock that I'll be able to use for another project. And now I have, folding the top down and the side over, I now have my trifold card. What I did next was I used my Big Shot, which I'm going to go ahead and get over here. All right, sorry about that wobble of the camera. I'm still getting used to this. I am using the Precision base plate because I'm going to be using the oval from the stitched framelits, and I'm using the largest stitched oval there is. Now the reason I decided to do this, you might be saying, well, why did you bother doing that? Because that piece is going to be eliminated anyway. Well, I made 26 of these cards, or 27 of these cards, so now I have 26 nice ovals that I can use for another project. So keep that in mind when you're cutting and you're gonna have pieces left over. You might wanna use them for something else. So I then centered this stitched oval on the front portion of my card, finishing my sandwich by putting the clear cutting pad on the top and running that through. All right. And you will see that my oval has been cut out, and I have this really pretty stitched oval that I can use for something else a little bit later on. Okay, so now I have my oval cut out. I'm not going to show you every single step of the card, but I took a pencil and I made a little light mark down at the bottom of this oval so that I knew that when I opened this up to stamp my tree, which is from the Sheltering Tree set, you can't tell that I did the pencil there. I did the tree in Soft Suede. I did the grass in Wild Wasabi. And then I did what's called a rock and roll technique. I took the little petals and I stamped it in daffodil first, full force, and then I rolled the edge of the stamp in the Tangerine Tango, so it kind of gave it this fall foliage look. When I went to the front, I had the whole inside stamped, and so that I could see where the grass was, I put grass on the outside cover as well, but I lined them up. And that's the beauty of photopolymer stamps. You can line it up every single time. Underneath here, I use the solid leaf from the stamp set. I use the solid leaf in Tangerine Tango. And on these scraps that I cut from the card, I used Rock and Roll Technique also for the outline of the leaf, which has a matching framelit. And I cut those leaves using that framelit. And of course, I used the Adirondack chair framelit as well, using crumb cake ink. And let's not forget our little glass of lemonade. Okay, so I hope that I have inspired you to create your own trifold card, and I hope that you will share them with me. I have a couple more ideas brewing for the same layout, perhaps maybe something of a beachy scene and or something of a winter scene, because if you didn't notice it or not, this stamp set has several snowflakes. It has the Adirondack chair, but then it also has this like slingback chair that you can stamp. We've got some tree branches, and we've got some really beautiful greetings as well. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And again, I'd love to see the projects that you create. Thanks so much for watching www.stamppatties.com.